So this was kind of a fun find, not something to keep obviously, but I did have some honeycomb downstairs in the same stud cavity, but this one's a lot cleaner because there wasn't insulation with it. So it's just kind of fun to see what it looks like. And then up here in the corner, right here, you can even see some old crystallized honey still hanging out there. And if you step back, you can see the difference in color between the wood in these two sections. So this section that had the honeycomb in it was probably saturated with honey at some point, and so it's darkened the wood and kind of given it like a glaze or a coating on it. So yeah, and you can kind of see in this side even where it's leaked under the stud there over to the other side. So those are the kind of fun things that I enjoy finding that are just, I don't know, you take away some wall and you find something like that and it's just interesting. I don't have a lot of finds this week, but I'm really excited about the things that I have added to my collection. This is inside my little storage unit, where some of the things are for now, and some of them are just here temporarily, and then they will be taken to my main storage unit or actually home where they're for sure safe. But I will start with this lovely little picture. I found this at my local thrift store. Let's see, there we go. Just a really sweet little print. I like the frame, definitely got some age to it. And there's just this sweet little inscription on the back. It says, "This picture was in Mom's old trunk. She said it was my dad's when he was small, so it's an old one, as you can tell." So whatever that means, definitely an older print and just perfect style-wise, I feel like, for my house. I'm sure it's not worth anything really, but just a sweet little picture for $3. So I was very happy about that. And then let's see. Sorry, I'll set this down. Okay. So then this is my newest find. All of these flour sacks, there are 10 of them. I got all 10 for $35. Now, do I know exactly what I'm gonna do with them yet? No. There are 4 that are really basic like this, that just have the blue striping on them. They say product of Canada. Actually 3 like that. And then 1 with this stripe that's a little more faded blue kind of coloring, and it does not have anything printed on it. And then this one here, Wisdom Bakers, short patent flower, Chase Seamless, Bemis Seamless. There's a little bit difference in texture. You can see like this one again has got the stripes on it, and then this one just is woven a little differently. But they're all cotton. That's what flour sacks used to be made out of. And then we've got this one here. And I believe this has something printed on the back too, but I think it just says something seamless again. And then these are a bit finer, these two. If you ever use flour sack towels in your kitchen, these are what those feel like. Just a really soft, fine cotton. And that is one idea for these, is to just make dish towels out of them. These smaller ones, this one's cute. It's a little cornmeal bag. But for the rest of them, one idea is to make some pillows maybe out of ones like this, or to cover some dining room chairs, although I don't think I would have cushions on my chairs, but if I did, that would be an option. But yeah, some pillows, or like this one, the Wisdom Bakers. I really like that one quite a bit. Even just have it hanging, either framed or unframed on the wall. Framed would probably be better. So yeah, but they're just really fun and a good price. So they wound up being $3.50 a piece, which to me seemed very reasonable. Or at least within range, not necessarily cheap, but not expensive either. So my other fun find is actually one that I've had for, about a year, this lamp here, but just got it when my friend Erica came. Her mom does a lot of eBay shopping or selling, and she had found this lamp, and she and I had just been talking about old vintage lamps, and she found it for $2 at a sale, and they said it was working as far as they know, so it just needs a little glass shade on it. And it's fun because it kind of matches this other one that I had bought earlier this summer when I had forgotten about this one. So this one, the new one, I'm pretty certain works. So just to try it out. The smaller one, I'm not sure. So I need to get it plugged in and give it a test and see. But it's kind of fun to see those things come together. My last one is this. If you happen to watch, I had a short on YouTube here, and see if we can get it to focus. It doesn't want to focus on that. Okay, just a sec, let's try this. There we go. This was in the wall that my brother and I were repairing, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that is an old nail. Which, if you don't care about history or old things, you'd be like, ooh, wow, an old nail. But I love old things, I love history, and as I looked at this, I thought, wow, that's got some age to it. So I've just been doing some research about how old nails like this would be. This would be what they would consider a sheet nail, and I'm gonna have to look. There were hand-forged nails before that, but sheet nails became common right before the turn of the the late 1700s, early 1800s. They were not used much anymore after like the 1840s or 50s. So I'll post a picture to go along with this so you can see how they determine the aging. But just the way it is, it's definitely an old nail. I don't know why it was put in the wall out there. They must have just had an extra one and put it in for some reason. That's the only one I've found like that. But yeah, definitely kind of a fun find that will be put somewhere safe and then somehow displayed at some point, and maybe a little information about how old it is. So those are my fun finds this week. If I find anything else, you'll be sure to know. Some of you may not remember this from early this spring, but I had found a tree that I was pretty sure was an apple tree, based on the blossoms that were on it. And I remembered to check it this fall, and sure enough, it's an apple tree. So there's two trees. This one, I'm not sure if it's actually genuinely a crab apple or if it's a smaller apple variety, and because the tree has been uncared for or not pruned for so many years, it's smaller. But then there's also a crab apple. That's the one behind me over here. Lots and lots of little crab apples on it. So I'm excited to pick some of them and see how it turns out. My mom has been doing tons of apple processing, apple sauce, apple jelly, apple pie filling. So we're kind of appled out, but it's really hard to resist now that I know they're here, getting some picked and maybe just store them for a little bit. And I hope to maybe make some jelly with them and see how it turns out. So kind of fun to find a find like that on your property. So this is definitely one of my fun finds. Okay, so I decided that I better try these apples to determine if those bigger ones are crab apples or apples. So I just took a video, but I had my camera turned the wrong way. So I just got a bite of this, and I would say it's definitely an apple, not a crab apple. It's a sweeter apple, has a really nice flavor to it actually, and while it's a firm apple, it's not quite as firm as a crab apple, and it definitely doesn't have that kind of dry aftertaste that a crab apple can have. So that's really exciting. I'm hoping that I might have to take down, there's an oak tree to the south of those two apple trees. So I'm thinking I might have to cut that tree down and then really kind of prune down those other ones, kind of trim out old dead things, and yeah, that hopefully I can get a really nice harvest, because this is a really good apple. This would make a really, really nice eating apple. Again, it's kind of small, but if it was even just a little bigger, I kind of prefer a small apple for eating sometimes. My parents have an apple tree. It's called a Zest Star, and it has apples that are probably, well, I think we had one that was almost a pound this year. So I mean, they're probably 4 to 5 times the size of this one. And that's kind of more apple than I'm looking for when I'm sitting down to have an apple for a snack. So I wouldn't mind if they were more like snack size apples. So that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, the next piece I guess would be to see if I can discover what variety it is. That would be kind of fun to know too. So yeah, you just never know what kind of fun finds are gonna pop up. You know, I've had the property, this is my 4th year of owning it for a spring and a fall. And this spring was the first time I noticed the blossoms on that tree, and now find out that I have apples there. So that's really fun. Yeah, thanks for discovering with me some of my cool things around my house and other finds that I find along the way for both my projects and for the house when it's finished. So